Hey everybody, how's it going? Hey, give me just a second here. Hey y'all, how's it going out there? Sorry, I had a little confusion per usual when I go live. Didn't have all my buttons clicked right. So there we go. Now we're up. I was doing my recordings last night for my daily devotionals. Haven't even picked up my table here. I got, whatever. How's it going? Happy Friday. It's Friday, right? I've been confused all week. I thought on Wednesday it was Tuesday, and I forgot I was supposed to actually go live and sell things, so I had to hurry up and get that done. So, yeah, whatever. Hi, how's it going out there? It is weird here today. It's like all, it's foggy. We don't usually have fog. And, yeah, the horses they're all wound up. I don't know why. They're acting all nervous. So, I don't know. I guess I got to keep an eye out there again today. But hopefully some of y'all got some fun Easter plans. Hey there. Yes, Friday. Thank you for the confirmation. I'm still trying to figure out what day of the week it is. I've been confused since, I don't know, Monday. I'm figuring it out, but I managed to get all my deadlines met. I paid my taxes. After the live, I'm going to do all my invoicing because I didn't get to it yesterday because I had to do my daily devotions, and I hadn't done that because I've been slacking apparently. So there you go. Good thing I don't have little kids and have to do Easter and all that, huh? Because, I really would be way behind the 8 ball at this point. So what are you guys doing? Anything interesting? I'm going to cook a ham. Adam will come over. He actually has Easter off, I think, but I'm not sure because there's been some changes at his work. He actually had a person pass on him, and yeah, that was, kind of unexpected, and, really, you lose somebody working as the manager, that becomes a big deal. I'm being funny. It's early for me, guys. See, I know half y'all are out there on the East Coast and you've already had lunch and been to work and all that. It's just 10 o'clock in the morning here, folks. I've been up for a couple hours, watched some stuff on YouTube, did some posts. I can get into Facebook now, so I was over there saying hi to a couple people and checking my emails, all that fun stuff. And then I got to feed my zoo, and get at least one cup of coffee into me before I actually try to speak out loud to humans. So I try, because if you've ever known me for any length of time, I'm not really a morning person. But that has changed a lot since moving to Arizona. I think some of it has to do with the weather. The heat, especially in the summer, it's hot. You get up because you're like, I need water. And the sun does come up pretty early here. It's starting to come up almost at 6 o'clock now. So Central coffee, awesome, love it. Me too. I'm on cup number 2. I may have to take a 2-second break and hop over to the kitchen and get myself a refill because, it's that kind of day. But yeah, I've been, I've been watching my shows again. I was late because I was watching Mr. Flat Earth there. Geez, I wish I was on my computer. This Chromebook is just, it doesn't have enough memory or whatever it is that it needs to pull up multiple pages and do stuff. 12:21. So yeah, it must be what, 10:21 here. So, but yeah, he is something. He's in my saved playlist. If you guys want to check out some of his videos. He was talking about the North Pole. That was an interesting little prospect there. And he was talking about Colonel Byrd flying over and what he saw and all the information that came from his diaries, not the official records. Yeah, there's stuff going on. I really would like to know. Boy, I want to be a bird so bad. I want to be a bird so I can just go up there and look, because they can't stop me from doing that if I'm a bird, right? I mean, I suppose they can, but you understand the concept here. I just want to know stuff. I'm so tired of being lied to. And I don't think that any of the thoughts that we have are probably real anyway. Well, no, what he said he saw was the floating city of Jerusalem where God lives. Interesting, huh? And apparently the Hubble telescope also took a picture that looks suspiciously like a big floating city made of gold and crystal. What do I know, right? I don't know. The Hubble did it, not me. I'm just reporting what they said, right? So, but yeah, Santa, maybe he did see Santa. You know, I got to say, I'm in line with him a lot more than a lot of other people. You know, he's a flat earther or something to that effect, which I still don't think it's like a big old flat pancake. I don't think it's a big old giant marble. I think it's something we really don't understand, more along the lines of a toroidal field, and that it's just all energy, and you know, we're really not solid even though we think we are. So, you know, it's very different. And you know, there's been for centuries, there's a giant hole in the center of the earth, aka the North Pole, and no one's allowed to go there either. Why? You know, what is this? We're not allowed to go there. Nobody owns it. I don't know. He got me all wound up this morning. Exactly, inner knowing. See, now you're catching on. I guess you've already caught on, and now we just got to tell other people. But yeah, I mean, Santa, you know, okay, yeah, maybe he's not the big fat guy in the red suit, but yeah, the spirit of Santa, if it is not alive and well, we might as well just give it up, in my opinion, because I believe in Santa. Period. The end. I have a sign that says that. This house believes. So, you know, yeah, I'm just feeling goofy today. It's really, I don't know, I got weird energies going. This fog is creepy. We're in the desert. We don't get fog in the desert. Is this another round of their last bout of fog? There were a whole bunch of, you know, tic-tac-toes in my sky yesterday. I don't know about yours. Good. I'm so glad. I am so glad. You know, like I said, people are like, oh, you got to grow your channel. You got to add. I was like, I don't want to grow my channel. I want my tribe to find me. Welcome in, inner knowing. Your tinfoil hat is in the mail. You know, there's just so much more interesting things to talk about than politics. Politics are going to be politics till, you know, I don't know, the planet doesn't exist anymore, whatever it actually is. And I just don't really care. You know, I just don't really care. You know, they're going to do what they're going to do, but the only way they have power is if we comply. And that is one thing I don't tend to do, is comply. So that's why I'm the black sheep. But I'm pretty excited to be back into Facebook because now I can play my games again. And I have missed some people, but you know, any of y'all out there listening, I am on X, I'm on Instagram, I have Discord, I have 2 YouTube channels, I have 2 emails, I have a telephone, I have a mailing address. See, I'm not like, you know, I didn't disappear. Y'all just chose not to put in the tiny bit extra effort to say hi. So, I don't feel guilty. I did everything I could. You know, I've reached out to people, they don't get back, but yeah, people like convenience, and I'm not a convenience. You know, you don't have to like me, you don't have to hang out with me, but don't tell me that I made it hard to find myself, because not true. I even posted on this channel under my posts now, right? It's not community tab, it's posts. All my links, every link I have is on there, guys. If you want to find me, I am not hidden. Now, if you want to drive to my house, don't follow GPS, because they will take you bad places and you'll end up in a wash. But, you know, I'll meet you at the Chevron and bring you to my house if you want. We just met. I'm not talking to you, honey. No, I got locked out of Facebook back in it had to have been before September, because I didn't even get my birthday messages. There's I don't know, over 50 of them sitting there waiting for me, and people think I just blew them off, you know, because I just disappeared. And I did get on Doug's account and post, hey, come see me on YouTube or whatever. Nobody showed up. Well, I don't want to keep bugging Doug to get onto his account, to go to my page to post something, So there you go. So I just didn't, I don't know exactly what happened. One day I logged in, I had an update on the computer because, we all love their updates. They're so helpful every time they do them. I live in Arizona, and for some reason, my IP address changed to California. I didn't think you could do that. I thought that was like a thing, like you get a static IP address, period. Well, because they do everything on digital everything through IP addresses, they're like, well, who's this California IP? And, it's not even like I'm using a VPN or I got locked out of my bank accounts. I got locked out of my utilities. I got locked out of Facebook. I got locked out of email. I mean, I was locked out of everything because they all thought I was hacked, which, I understand my IP address changed. What am I supposed to do about that? I don't know. So after, let's see, October, November, December, January, February, March, mid-April. So after 6 months, I think I have finally gotten back into all of my accounts that I required to get into. It just, insanity. And Facebook just happened like Monday or Tuesday. And I've been sending them a picture of my license, copies of, utility bills, blah, 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 since it started. So apparently now they believe the picture on the license is really me. I don't know. I have no idea how this all works, but I'm just happy it works and I can get back in. So anywho, there's my little rant about people telling me they can't find me, because if you can't find me, you're not looking. I don't have a TikTok account. I have Rumble. I'm not on Rumble, but I go to Rumble to watch videos. I go over to Parlor. I go over to all kinds of places, so you got to get off Facebook. There's a whole world out there. You know what I'm saying? But so if anybody wants to, find me, just go to the community tab /post, click there. First post has every link I have. So don't tell me you can't find me. You need my phone number, email me. I'm not posting that on YouTube. I got enough prank calls, or what do you call, we don't want to sell you anything. And, I haven't bought a new car since, I don't remember. We don't buy new cars. We buy used and pay them off, and we prefer to pay cash because that gives you a whole lot lower insurance bill. And your brand new cars aren't worth diddly squat the second you take them off the lot. So why pay all that extra money for insurance when they're just going to fight you to get it back anyway? Can you see I really love the systems and how they all work? So that's what Doug and I do. We avoid as many systems as possible for as long as possible until we are forced. I do not have a star license. I'm not going to get one until I'm required, and I don't have to get one until I'm like 65 based on Arizona law, because they have like 15-year licenses or whatever. So awesome. So whatever, I don't need one. I have zero intentions of ever flying anywhere ever again. So, and court buildings, I'm not going there. I got no reason to. Other federal buildings, I'm hoping they all get closed. All right, there's a couple we need, but the rest of them, most of them got to go anyway. So whatever. It's not like I'm losing out. Till they tell me I can't use my debit card or whatever, because they will eventually. It's all going to be biometrics. I don't approve of that either. I don't know why people that aren't doing anything wrong have to prove they're not doing anything wrong, but people that are doing things wrong just seem to get away with it, and no one even does anything about, recovering the money. Elon, are you listening, Elon? Thank you very much for looking into it, but we need to follow through. The money needs to come back. It's been spent by somebody. It belongs to us. Give it back. And if it was done intentionally, then there needs to be some jail time. So, if you did it or I did it, that's what would happen. So what exempts these other people? And when are we going to be looking at all the Congress and Senate and everybody's tax returns? You know, you want to look at mine? Go ahead. Have at it. We just rolling in dough out here in the desert. Oh yeah, baby. We are just so rich. You definitely needed that extra $500 this year from me. You got it. It's paid in full without a late fee. But now let me see yours. Come on. Because I'm guessing you owe a whole lot more than $500. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm tired of them telling me how I'm not living up to standards, but it's because what? I'm not defrauding the government? Well, you know, you guys, plenty of people doing it. I know them. I've known them for years. You set the system up, just like Trump said. You had loopholes. Why didn't you close them? Get them closed. Get them all closed. We don't need all these loopholes. People need to get off their butts and take care of business. Period. The end. And I'm not saying that everybody is capable, but you know what? Families used to take care of their family members that weren't capable. Yeah, you know, I've had enough. I think a lot of people have had enough, but they're only giving us, you know, the cookie crumbs just enough to keep us saying, oh, look, they're doing something, but I'm not still seeing the follow through. So, you know, how about you guys? You seeing follow through? I've been watching the monarchy lately. That's quite an interesting little deal going down over there. And I'm not like a royal follower, but they, you know, run a good chunk of the money of the planet. So they make a lot of the rules, you know, even though they don't tell us that's how it works. That's, you know, whoever has the money makes the rules. I mean, that's pretty much, we all know that from day one, right? So, but yeah, that's a big old mess. You know, Charles is in the hospital dying from cancer. You know, I'm still not exactly sure what's up with Kate. If she has recovered from her cancer, I don't know. Camilla, wow, they still hate that woman. I can't say I blame them. I don't know. I mean, Charles was never a real big prize, but, you know, him and Camilla, yeah, they look more suited to each other than him and Diana, but I still don't know what all that mess was about. I have no doubt that the crown was involved in her demise, but, you know, I don't know if we'll ever know the truth about that, just like with, you know, Kennedy. I don't know. We still don't know all the truth about that, do we? But all those papers are out. But yeah, if you can read through all the black ink, you have fun. So, you know, Camilla and Charles, I've heard on and off that they're getting divorced. Camilla has, I believe, lost her title of queen. I understand that when Elizabeth died, she said that she wanted Catherine to be queen, not consort, but queen, whatever their title is for that. Because consort's just like, yeah, she married the guy, you know. But she wants Catherine to be queen in her own right. Apparently Princess Anne, who is Elizabeth's sister, she has turned a lot of her titles over to Princess Charlotte. And, you know, they're doing everything they can to keep Camilla out of the situation. She will never be Queen Mother, which is, you know, I guess a big important title. I mean, I don't know all the details of these titles, but I do know that, you know, whoever's running things, yeah, they're running a whole lot of things. They're right wrapped up with the Vatican, and, you know, they got a whole bunch of money, and, you know, Washington, D.C., and that's where all our IRS money goes, is to the crown. Because we're still paying taxes to Britain. How do y'all like that? Look it up. I'm not doing it for you this time. Y'all look it up. So, yeah. So, and I also heard that Charles made a big announcement that he was taking away all of the funding from the royals that were not like the immediate family, like all those princes and princesses all over the country, all over the world. You know, I mean, they own Canada. You know, they own Australia. They own all kinds of countries. And they all have princes and princesses and this and that and the other thing. And they all get money from, from the IRS, from us and the rest of the British people and everyone else that pays into them. And he actually pulled that money That's huge. That's like a lot of people just lost a lot of money. And not just that, like all like the privileges of, using royal airplanes and housing that, they may have to pay for it, or they may have to move out of their castles if they belong to the crown. And, it's really complicated stuff. I don't pretend to know all of it. My grandmother was really big into it, so I've heard about the royals on and off since I was a kid. But because I do know how involved they are in the money system, I've been kind of interested in the tidbits that have been coming out about them. And apparently, Harry is William's trying to make friends with Harry again, but Meghan's still a big old thorn in everybody's side. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough details. I wish I knew a British person to ask about stuff like this, because they would know more than me for sure. But yeah, I do know that when, the King of England goes and yanks money from any royal not directly basically living in England with royal duties, he pulls all their money. That's a big deal. Just like when, I don't know, maybe it was a year or so ago, a couple years ago, maybe. I think it was the Rockefellers. They sold off a whole bunch of their holdings. That didn't make big mainstream news, but yeah, a lot of the 1% are not doing very well. And sorry for them, but how sorry do you feel when they have 20 houses and 900 cars and, whatever, go buy some ramen, guys. You ever heard of it? So, you know what I'm saying? They will never be at that level. So whatever, they'll deal. But yeah, they're having the rug yanked out from under them, and I hope they keep pulling. We need to get there. We need to clean this mess up. We need to get back into power, because we have not been in power for a very, very long time. You have a good one there, Gypsy. You know where to find me. I posted it. Glad you came by. I don't like sitting here and talking to myself, so it's awesome to have you visit. But yeah, I've just been watching all this. It's playing out. I just don't know still. My whole deal always is, what's the end game? Who actually is pulling the strings? I don't know that still. I don't know. But they have a plan. I think they've gotten a lot of kinks put into their plan, and I'm not even sure if it has anything to do with us human beings. It just may be biblical, cosmic stuff playing out, and we're just here to watch it and be part of it. I don't know. But I'm not playing along with their foolish crap. I am just so done with their foolish crap. So, I'm just hanging out in the desert, enjoying the day. Well, trying to, but it feels creepy. It feels like I'm, on the beach, like at a beach house, and like the fog is rolled in off the ocean. And that is just so not normal for Arizona desert at all on any level. So, but let's see, June 15th is when monsoon season starts, June 15th to September 15th. So maybe they're going to start rolling in with the monsoons. I don't know. Like I said, the rest of the country had really weird weather. Why should we be exempt, right? I do hope everybody's doing okay after the earthquakes, because, geez, what's next, right? I mean, monsoons, right? Because we've had earthquakes and tornadoes and hurricanes and floods, fires. Time for monsoons, right? I mean, am I leaving something out? It's getting crazy out there. Getting crazier out there. I don't know. I really don't like that I have to worry about the weather. It's like whatever. You get up and you're like, oh, it's cold today, throw on a sweater. But now it's like, geez, what are they going to do to us today? What kind of strange thing do I have to deal with that I've never seen before in my entire life? I've seen a lot of stuff because I've lived north, south, east, west, but a lot of people, they live where they live. They don't tend to travel more than a state or two away a lot of times. So, the weather you grew up with is the weather you're used to, and you just assume it's going to be that way your whole life. So everybody's been having some, real wake-up calls with the weather around the country lately. And I feel bad for people that just really didn't think it could ever happen. And I know, 100-year floods and this and that and the other thing, but this has been, yeah. Hello, HARP. Thank you very much for everything. We are not liking you. Go away. How about that? Go away. Or can you make it rain when we need the rain on the crops and that kind of stuff? How about that? If you can manipulate it, how about do it for the good of the people instead of the good of the land grabbers? How about that? Because that's what I see going down. Prove me wrong. Tell me I'm crazy. I don't care. I've been crazy my whole life. When you see through the veil, you're considered crazy, because that kind of stuff shouldn't be going down. It just really shouldn't be going down. So, we need some leaders out there that actually care about the long-term goal. And if there really is a long-term goal that we, the people, don't understand, but they supposedly do, then how about you let us know? Fill us in on it, huh? They supposedly had access to so much technology that I could be surprised if they didn't know things. If they really have that looking glass technology and they say that no matter what we do, the timelines all converge, well, then why don't we work towards a better timeline? If we were aware of what it was, we might have the ability to affect it more, But all I'm saying is I'm just keeping the good vibes, baby, because I don't think it matters what timeline you're on. If you're not buying into it and just letting them suck all the joy out of your life and filling you with fear, again, doesn't matter what timeline you're on, you won't be able to enjoy the good stuff in life if you're just miserable. And yeah, there's a lot of things to be unhappy about, but really, you got a house, you got a job, you've got food, you've got clothing. We're doing pretty good. We've got all this technology. If you're all listening to me, you're on something, a cell phone, a computer, a laptop, or something. A lot of people don't even have a house, so we got to really change our perspective of things, in my opinion. And yeah, everybody wants more because they want more, but I personally don't want more. I would like maybe upgraded, but I don't want more. I just want enough. Yeah, I'm going to have to go find that one. I wish you all enough, because when you have everything you need, you have nothing to look forward to, and you end up like the 1% that's just so miserable, you don't know what to do with yourself, and then you're out there playing with the devil, and that's going really well for all them, isn't it? That's just going fantabulous. They might have had some fun parties and all kinds of shiny things, but where is that now? I am not seeing a whole lot of good endings for a whole lot of the Hollywood people and the music people, and I don't think it should be that way, folks. I don't think it should be that way. I don't think we should all live in poverty and walk around whipping ourselves either. There is some kind of in-between balance. We need balance. Definitely need some balance going on. Got to take some better care of ourselves, because we're relying on everybody else to give me a magic potion, a pill. Oh, there's an app for that. Yeah, it's called Your Two Hands and Your Brain. Put them together and use them. I know, I'm bad. So anyway, yeah, that's about it. I've just been kind of just trying to get my stuff checked off my list. I had a lot of stuff to do this past week that was just, personal stuff, like doing my recordings and getting my taxes done and taking care of business around here. And, in the meantime, paying bills and, invoicing and doing live auctions and, all that. Just time-consuming things, not unhappy things, not things that I feel obligated to, but, things I do. This is my schedule. This is how I've decided to live my life. And, it's keeping me busy, which is good, because I was spending way too much time staring at the wall or playing, solitaire online, because that's definitely something everybody should spend hours and hours a day doing. But yeah, I'm just happily exploring. I don't even know what it is, educating myself, just constantly looking for new information, because I'm pretty sure the old information is bad. So Garbage in, garbage out. I would like to have some better garbage going in so that I have some better thought processes going on. How's that? That's what I'm doing. And, just trying to figure out what I'm going to sell next week. And, trying to figure out why the horses are all wound up. They're very much on edge, and I cannot find a reason for it. No snakes. I'm not seeing stray dogs or coyotes. It is that time of year, though, when we start getting people driving around, like snowbirds coming and going, and people are getting their quads out. And I haven't heard any gunshots, but that happens on the regular out here, especially with coyotes and snakes. And, the horses may have heard it. And they're just, since the New Year's, when they fired those guns off at midnight, the horses have been kind of edgy. So I think we need to get them out there on some leads and take them for, just take them for a walk around the area so they can see up close some of the things that might be spooking them. I don't know. But yeah, they're big boys. They get spooky, and I can, get myself hurt because, they're big 7 foot tall, 1,500-pound horses, and they start jumping around and I'm in the wrong spot. I'm going down. So it's not that they're out to get me. They get scared, I'm in the way, and I'm not that big. So, everybody else is doing good. Poor Mr. Strax came out, and then he got all yucky. So he's only been out a couple of times since that first video I posted about, a week or two ago, when he first came out. So this morning I saw him. He came out of his hole, but he just walked from one end of his enclosure down to the other and climbed himself under a log and stayed there because it's just too cold out. So if the fog doesn't lift, the sun's not going to warm him up, and he'll probably just go back to bed. So poor dude. It's more like fall here today than spring. I really would like another couple nice spring days. Wish I had daffodils coming up. I'm sure some of you guys do. Daffodils and what else? A little early for tulips still, but little mayflowers around in the grass and that kind of stuff. Maybe some buttercups. Yeah, I miss spring in New England. I definitely do. Just seems like that's like the place to be for spring. Yeah, no. I've been seeing all kinds of things going down out there, guys. Please take care of yourselves. I've seen more plane crashes. I've heard of more people passing. Pets passing. It's a thing that does happen with change of season. Usually spring and fall. You have a lot of passings. I'm not exactly sure why, but as a previous florist, that was, you notice trends, and that's a thing, spring and fall. So, yeah, I hope you guys are all taking care of yourselves, and, if you got something that needs doing, get it done. Just take care of yourselves. I'm worried about people. We got enough problems going on in our own brains. We don't need to add body problems too, so if we can take care of one, the other one might follow suit, and everybody will start feeling better. I'm still looking forward to July. I don't know why, but I'm still looking forward to July. I feel like there's going to be something good happening that we're all going to be grateful for. So let's see how that goes, huh? And I haven't heard a lot of things to worry me in the rest of the world. I don't know what's going on with the U place, where they have the pew-pews. I'm not sure what words I'm allowed to use. I sound like an idiot when I talk live on YouTube half the time. I actually have brain cells, but, it's hard to talk when you get censorship. So, sorry. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I heard they might possibly be at peace talks. That would be cool, huh? And, Iran and Iraq, I don't know what they're up to. They're kind of still, I don't know. I hear good things, but then I hear that, maybe not. So, I don't know. And Israel, I think they got some issues going on too. I've been trying to avoid negative news because, again, with the 48-hour rule, I try to impose, you hear it, you wait, you see what happens, but I've just been kind of waiting, and I'm not really hearing any solutions or, just, oh, we'll talk again. I'm so tired of committee meetings and things. It's like, you guys all know the deal. You just got to agree. I mean, and we all know that agreements are just going to have to be made and not everybody's going to get what they want. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? Life is not fair as much as we all think it should be. If it was, communism would work, right? But it doesn't. So, yeah. So I'm hoping that, some of the people that are in charge of things have some brain cells and that, they're less than 50% greedy and that everybody can get something out of it, because that makes everybody think they got over on someone else, because we all know that's what the main goal is to get over on somebody else, right? Still don't get that concept, folks. Still don't get that concept. If you really truly believe that we're all one, if you're getting over on someone else, all you're doing is hurting yourself. So, okay. That little adrenaline rush, it was really that important to you? You can get that other ways without messing with people, So, my thought on that. But yeah, I don't understand this getting over on people. I don't get it. It's always fun to, sell something, I'd say that because marketplace, we've sold cars. Well, I've learned that if I mark the car up more than I want and I let them talk me down to what I actually wanted, they feel like they got over on me and that they got a great deal. I'm happy because I got what I thought the actual value was worth, and we all move along. And I hate playing those psychological games, but there just seems to be the way the world works. So if I'm not trying to rip anybody off. I would advertise it for what it's worth if you'd be willing to pay me for it, but you want that gain. That's the thing with buying stuff. When people aren't doing it at a store where you have a scanner and that's the price. And even then, people still negotiate. Okay, if it makes you feel better, I'll do that. I'll negotiate, but just so you know, yeah, I put a price online. It's usually more than I literally think I'm going to get for it, and I'm going to give you the feel-good moment of talking me down. How's that? I've actually had people offer me the full price, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll take $100 off of that. And then they're really happy because, I don't want to rip someone off or get over on someone. That doesn't make me feel good. So I actually, would feel guilty for years about doing something like that. So, I don't understand it, folks. I'm sorry. I'm just that kind of, Pollyanna. Oh, well. So yeah. I know. I'm a weirdo, folks. I know. I do know that. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but that's okay. I can meet you on many levels. I really can. So, but yeah, I do probably everybody's going to be, anyone that's doing holiday stuff is either getting ready to travel or getting ready to cook, I'm guessing, and cleaning the house and filling Easter baskets. That was fun. I did always like Easter with the kids. That was always fun. But yeah, I find that, Doug and I live in here and we have Adam who's, pushing 30 here. The holidays without little ones it's not the same. I mean, that's, the joy in the kids is what holidays to me have always been. Not that there aren't other reasons to have holidays, but that was the part I always enjoyed the most, was spending the time with the kids that were really, into it. And, it was really fun. And that's, I'm certainly not going to be dyeing Easter eggs. One, I don't eat eggs. And two, why would I do that? I didn't really like doing it when I had the kids and carving pumpkins because I'm not a big holiday person. So, I did that stuff for the kids, but yeah, me and Doug, we're not really into all that. We like having the nice dinner because, the food's good. I mean, who doesn't like a good dinner, right? And then when I cook a big dinner like that, I don't have to cook for a couple days because we got leftovers. So bonus for me, right? So, but yeah, when Adam will come over, it's always nice to have Adam over. And, chances are there'll be a chocolate Easter bunny somewhere in the house because they usually show up and, because chocolate, right? So, I mean, any holiday that's an excuse to eat chocolate is one of my favorites. So, yeah, Easter works for me. But yeah, we don't really get into all that, all the foolishness. We just, we're going to have a quiet day. Doug and I will actually be live at some point. Yeah, we'll probably go live at our standard time because that's 2:00 in the afternoon for us, and we won't have dinner till closer to 5. So we may be live when you guys are having dinner, but a lot of you guys have dinner around noon, 1:00 too. So you want to join us around 2:30, 5:30, because like I said, it'd be 2:30 our time. So yeah, East Coast time, 5:30. You guys are bored, you're hanging out, eating some pie. Come on and join us and tell us how it went and who you had over for family members. What kind of fun? Did you do an egg hunt? Did you go to church? Did you get dressed up? Did you hang out in your sweats? What'd you do? Come tell me. I'm always interested how people spend their holidays. Because it can be fun. I've given up inviting people. They just don't come. So this town is full of hermits, just like, that's why I moved here, because I'm a hermit. And if you move to a town full of hermits, guess what? Nobody visits anybody. We all talk online, but we don't actually go to each other's houses. It's an interesting place here. I mean, there are people that go and, they have social clubs, they do bingo, they have a whole library situation going on with, they do poetry readings and they do craft sales and other kinds of interesting things at the library, believe it or not. And I've been to a couple of those. But lately I've just been kind of hanging home and minding my own. And I got a lot of stuff coming up because we got to get the rental rented. The tenant is moving out at the end of the month. So as of May 1st, we'll have an empty rental. I got to get in there, get it painted, cleaned, get the yard cleaned up, get it listed online, do some background checks, some credit checks, all that fun stuff. So that's going to keep me busy for the next couple weeks. And once that's up and running, that'll be good. And then I'll have the summer to play in the yard, and hopefully it won't be 110 because I like when it stays 100 or lower. Because out here, 100, even though that sounds horrible on the East Coast, we have like 10% humidity, not 80% humidity. And it really changes it. But you don't stand in the sun when it's 100 degrees. You will die. Way too hot. Find yourself some shade and it's great out there. If you got a nice breeze, awesome. But yeah, so I'm hoping the summer's nice here. I could really go for a nice summer. We've had a really, really hot summer, really, really cold summer. Hey, Melanie, welcome in, girlfriend. 4 lives. Yeah, I can't do that many. I do that many a week. I got too much stuff going on. I know, girlfriend, I missed you too, but honestly, with this time change and with me going live now, I just don't have hours a day to sit and listen to you. And I'm sorry, your new moderator is kind of interesting. We'll just leave it at that, okay? Yeah, he's been, I've heard from some of your people, they're not super happy with him. He's kicked out too many people and he's giving you a bad rap. Just what I've been told. So, but yeah, I pop in now and again. I've been checking on Macy. I'm sorry to hear about your house. But you should have got back with me. I had more of that reading that you never got back to me about. I could have given you some insight. A little late now, though. Sorry. But yeah, that one's not for you. You're going to get something better. And my thought is July is we're going to start hearing some really good stuff from everybody around the world. So I don't know exactly why, but I do think in July. Yeah, honey. He's, yeah, I know. Isn't it awesome? Isn't it awesome? Now you're like me. Yay. It's so great. But hey, put half that money away. Don't pretend that you just got a giant raise, okay? Because that's how you're going to stay good to go. Oh, good. I'll have to check it out. If I get a minute, I have to go do invoicing from my sale on Wednesday and pack everything up to ship out. 40 pounds. Oh my God. I didn't hear that. I saw her. I didn't think she was that big though. But yeah, she'll be what? Pushing 80 pounds by the time she's full grown, right? So, that's awesome. Yeah, she's a sweetie. Yeah, hopefully, it looks like, like I said, I put you on and watch sometimes, and then I got to go and get my stuff done. But I've seen Tuck sniffing at her, and, hopefully it's all going okay. I don't think you guys have had any big problems. 80 pounds. Yeah. I mean, that's about right. I mean, that's what they get to. So, she's got good breeding. So, you keep her healthy. It should be good to go. You should have her for 15 years or so, right? So, yeah. So I don't know. How's it up there in Maine? You guys got nasty weather like we do here? It's like I'm sitting on the ocean with the fog rolling over me out here in the desert. And I was telling people that's not normal. So, we had the tic-tac-toe skies yesterday, so I probably should have expected it, right? Yeah, so spread mulch. Just get outside. You need fresh air anyway. It's good for you. You won't need so much tan. Oh, 40? Yeah, well, I know. I forget. It's not that warm here today. Here, I'll make you feel better. Let me look. Nope, it's 61 degrees, and it's, 11 o'clock. Last week it was 90 degrees by 10 a.m., so that was a little bit much for me. I'm not ready for that yet. Yeah, the tortoise finally came out from hibernation, and the horses are all wound up today. Yeah, the thing is that it's weird, because, let me see. Got to stand up again. We've got... Yeah, it might rain today. We've got 29% humidity, which is really high. Usually it's like, 80 degrees and 10% humidity. So it's nice, But yeah, this fog, I don't like the fog. I don't like it. It's got me feeling weird today. I don't know why. So yeah, I'm going to be staying inside doing invoicing anyway, so that's okay. Invoicing and packing, so. Yeah, you got to come check out my jewelry auctions, girlfriend. I posted all my links. Hey, Patricia, how you doing, girlfriend? Look, Melanie's here. Yeah, it's a weird day, right? I don't know what's going on. It just feels weird today. So yeah, I got to do all my invoicing, all of it. I only have like 4 to do, but, they have to be done, sent out so they can get paid and shipped. And I got to do the rest of my daily devotionals for the week, because otherwise they won't be coming out. I've only got 3 more posted. So I try to record like a week at a time so they can come out first thing in the morning, because I'm not getting on here live at 3:30 in the morning so y'all can wake up to a devotional. That's on you. The planets, they are kind of like unaligning right now. They have all been lined up. They're going to get back into alignment around our birthday, Melanie, sorry. Let's see. I think it's closer to my birthday than yours. Mine's the 22nd. It's around the 20th, I think. They're all going to get back into alignment. So we're going to get another whole weird thing going on. Mercury's out of retrograde. That came out on the 14th or the 17th. So we still got a little bit of that hanging on, but not too much. And we're going into Taurus season. So, earth signs, grounding. Tauruses have a lot of feelings. So again, we're still going to have a lot of high emotions and a lot of people being grumpy. So, and I think there's going to be a whole lot more people being grumpy the more money keeps getting taken away from everybody that really shouldn't have had it in the first place. But, these things happen. So, earlier I was talking about the monarchy and how King Charles pulled all the money from anybody not in the immediate British close-knit family right there in Europe running things, like people from Monaco and Spain and Canada and all the princes and princesses all over the place from their monarchy. They got all their money pulled. They're done. They are out. That's a big deal. people don't realize that the IRS money goes to the monarchy still, and the monarchy is, hand in hand with the Vatican, and the Vatican's hand in hand with Washington, D.C., and that's a big giant triangle that we're still not part of. We're still on the outside. We need to break it open and get back on the inside. So, yeah, they're cutting off money left, right, and sideways from all that 1% people, and it's getting interesting. But I'm just breathing and waiting. Things to do. Well, I talked about that earlier too. I like what Doge is doing, going in and digging around and, auditing. Gee. But then what? We're not recouping the money. We're not arresting anybody. We are, I do think, shutting off the bad funding, like the 150-year-old dead people or non-existent people, or, illegal aliens that have Social Security numbers for no reason at all. They are cutting that off. Great. But they're also, he was supposed to be $2 trillion, and it's $2 billion, and it's down to like 1.5 billion. I don't know. The B's and the T's. He was supposed to get us a whole bunch of money, and it's been cut way, way back. And that's unacceptable to me. And what is going on? Where's the arrest? Why is the money not coming back in? It was cashed. It was spent. That means there's assets. Sell them. Give me back my money. Yeah, I'm still not a digital fan. I was watching a little bit the other day, you talking about the biometrics and stuff. Nope, not interested. Doesn't mean I have options, but I am not interested. I still don't have a star license. I do not have one, and I will not voluntarily get one. So I can't get on a plane. I can't enter a federal building, which I find interesting. So go ahead and send me some jury duty paperwork. How's that going to work out? Or what if I get arrested? You can't take me into a federal courthouse. You don't know who I am. I mean, it took me 6 months to get back into Facebook with my driver's license and my utility bills and, all the other crap they want you to send in. Yeah, the digital system's great. It's awesome. Fantastic. Love it. Can't wait. As I said, why don't you just put a freaking little pin pricker on my computer and I'll stick my finger in. You can draw some blood and then you'll know who I am. Let's just get on with it and be done with it. Stop making me jump through hoops to prove that I'm not the one stealing stuff. If I was the one stealing stuff, do y'all think I'd be living the way I am? Come on now. That's my problem with the system. The people that aren't doing the wrong things shouldn't be the ones that have to do all the steps to fix it. Period. Oh, yeah, it's all crazy. All of it's crazy. It's all insanity. It's not going to get better until they stop fighting over who's running it, because I think that's a big part of the problem is, everybody wants to be in charge. Well, here you go. Vote me king of the world. I'll fix it all. There'd be some unhappy people, but there'll be a whole lot more really, really happy people, because there is enough for everybody to be rolling in it and still moving forward. It's just ridiculous now. After party? What am I missing? Am I not getting all my comments? I'm on StreamYard, so I may not be seeing everything you guys are saying. Ah, you had a party? Well, fun. Good for you. Yeah, Doug was at I don't know. He was supposed to go to some dinner last night for work, and then for some reason the restaurant canceled. They went bowling. Oh, good. Yeah, those parties are fun. You always like going to those. Well, no, let's rephrase that. You like being there after you've been there for 20 minutes, but the whole, however long it is, prior to it, you don't enjoy the up to part, because that's when the anxious stuff gets you. Yeah, well, it's called the holidays, honey. Just suck it up and put on your sweatpants. That's how it works. Yeah, that's so funny. If I eat one meal a day on the regular, like, that's just how I am. I just find it, there's a lot of nights. I mean, I might have half a sandwich because I'm not an eater. I love my M&Ms, but I mean, we're talking a handful of M&Ms a day. I mean, we're not, ice cream though, yeah, especially if it's hot. I live on ice cream. But I've only put on 10 pounds since I got married, pushing 40 years ago, and I popped out 3 kids, so I think I'm okay, and I'm not on any medications. You don't have to excuse yourself, girl. Half the people tune in just to look at your boobs. I don't have any, so I don't have that problem. Oh. So, I'm just hanging out. I just, get on live and chit chat with people. And, Doug and I are on Sunday. He's been enjoying that, and he's so funny. Some of the auctions I watch, most people don't do auctions alone. They have a co-host or something. And Doug's like, oh, I want to be a co-host. And yeah, I don't wear those either. I gave those up years ago. Bras, yeah, no, especially not living here in Arizona. Oh my God, they're just sweatbands. That's all they are. They're soaking wet all day long. But yeah, so Doug might join me on my Monday auctions. The last Monday of every month, I'll do an auction that recaps everything I didn't sell for the month. And Doug might be my co-host for that. So yeah, that's it's 11 o'clock in the morning here. I just get on after I get all my stuff done and hang out and chit chat with people. That's just what I do. And over on Discord, we have fun, So don't have that problem. Yeah. Here you go, Melanie. You haven't seen them. Give me 2 seconds. I really got to lift my camera. Let's see. Want to see my parrots? Oops, hang on. My cord's hung up. There we go. Oops, I got you crooked. There you go. There's Poppet. That's my little cockatoo. And then in the big cage is Woodstock. That's my blue and gold macaw. You can't see Riley because he's behind Woodstock's cage, but he's an African gray on the other side of that big cage. Yeah. See, for me, the time of day that I actually want to eat is right around 3 o'clock. And, that's not really a convenient time for most humans. So when Doug gets home late, he, it's like, I'm not going to start cooking at 7 o'clock at night. I don't even want to eat. Way over for food problems at that point. The heat, yeah, they're tropical. Poppet's breed of bird comes from Indonesia. Woodstock comes from South America, the big blue and gold, and then the African gray comes from Africa. So I know, but my hubby's time is not always the same. He's an exterminator, so it seems simple enough, but believe me, it's not. And he leaves about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work, and sometimes he doesn't get home until 7 o'clock at night. So, and that's the African gray. You can hear him. Riley, chill out. So, it gets complicated. You never know when he's going to be home. And out here in Arizona, like right now, boiling water makes the house hot. I mean, it's getting warm here. So I'm going to start doing more crock pot dinners and that kind of stuff because, we don't do the microwave stuff. So, oh yeah, Doug's always been a hard worker. Always, always, always. I cannot wait till he can retire. He will be 60 this year. I will be 58. He will be 60. A couple more years. We have the mortgage paid off. We own the rental outright. We don't have any car payments. We don't have any credit cards. We just live on our money. So, Well, yeah, we can, but I don't grill and neither does Doug. So, Doug's not a griller. He's, he was an army man. He was the baby of the family, and his father used to grill, but his father wasn't very good at it, and he never really taught the kids. My father used to grill all the time. But yeah, honestly, I'm pretty much into, like a big salad with a scoop of tuna fish or some chicken breast on it for summer meals, or like a macaroni salad that I'll make and eat for 2 days. Yeah, yeah, I know, honey. I know. I got to tell you, I wouldn't pay that kind of money for the house on the river. Nope, not under that bridge with that traffic. Nope. And you had a neighbor. Good Lord, woman, you got that kind of money to spend? Let me find you a house where y'all can have some fun, because that ain't it. That one wasn't for you. Oh my God, that closet, that was awesome. But you know what? You can build one of those. It is easier to live debt-free, isn't it? But like I said, don't spend it all. It's really tempting, isn't it? Really, really tempting. But yeah, but like when taxes were due, we had the money in the bank. Did I want to spend it? No. When did I pay it? The 14th. So, it's just, yeah, they want too much for it. I'm sorry, but they did. None of my business. You live where you were happy to live, and I would not choose that place in Maine. There are way better places for way less. We never owed taxes because we've been poor our whole lives, and the only reason that we owe taxes at all is because we have the rental. But when Doug retires, we're still going to have the rental. So that's going to be like our retirement money, so, and I'd like to get another one. I know, but sometimes, left boob, honey, just show them the boob and say, hey, let's go over here. Men don't know. Men don't know. They try, but they don't know. We got here. Oh yeah, we bought that rental. Yeah, when Doug's dad died, we got some money. It was under $100,000. We paid off this house. We had been paying double payments on it. We only had a 10-year mortgage, so we didn't have much left on it. So we paid that off, and then we went and flat out bought the rental cash. Spent a little money, fixed it up, and we had it rented within a month of buying it, and it has not been unrented since. So, yeah, the tenant that's there now, this is her second year, and she's breaking the lease 2 months early. But I have a list of people that'll rent it. I just have to actually post it as rented or for rent because, it's a big 4-bedroom on 2 acres and you can have pets. So people really like that. And, that's our retirement money. That'll give us enough money to take care of business. So, but like I said, we would like to buy another one, or, that RV actually decides to do its thing. I'll buy more than one, and I might rent out this one and go buy my dream house in Colorado. If that not Colorado, I'm sorry, in Oregon. I did like that house in Colorado. I still think about it, but it sold. And that one wasn't crazy money. But yeah, go live in Oregon on 700 acres with no neighbors and do whatever the hell I want and have some income from rental properties, and that I could leave to my kids. Right now I have 3 properties, one for each kid that they'll get. So, Ms. Behavin', how you doing, girlfriend? Happy Easter to you too. Doug and I will be back on Sunday. It'll be 5:30, Eastern time. If you guys are done eating dinner or hanging alone and want some company, just come on and join us. Ms. Behavin' is from one of my auction channels. Melanie is from a different channel, Ms. Behavin'. Probably a world you don't know about, which is all good. You don't need to because it just make your head hurt. No problem, girlfriend. I'm good. I'm all good. Everybody here's friendly. So, but yeah, that's just what I've been doing, just hanging out. I'm expecting I'll be getting some Facebook friends to come on over now that they have my links. Hopefully they'll click them. I know Facebook people and YouTube people, it's like oil and water. They don't know what to do with themselves, but the way I see it is my tribe will find me. They'll be here. We've all been having a good time. Over on Discord, we did a Christmas watch party. We were watching Christmas shows and stuff. So yeah, you guys are bored on holidays. I don't know how much of that I'm going to be doing with what I'm got going on now with my sales and stuff. And I want to start up my tarot cards again. I'm working on getting my schedule manageable. I don't want to jump in and do 5-6 days a week and then what if I'm sick? If I'm sick and I'm only doing a couple days a week, I might not actually miss too much, and I won't feel overwhelmed. I want to have fun. I'm old. I'm tired. I'm not punching a time clock, so. Oh, thank you, Ms. Behavin'. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm almost to 500 subscribers on here. And when I do, I'm going to run that giveaway of, I'm going to give away a copy of Walking with God and a copy of The Message. So yeah, that'll be when I hit 500 subscribers on here. And I do have my Buy Me a Coffee, which I'm calling Buy Me a Bale or a Book. And 50-50 money will go towards my critter care, and the other half will go towards getting a copy of one of the books for whoever requests one. As long as the money's available, I will send it direct to you from Amazon. I have to do a video about that. I haven't gotten to that part yet. I'm working on it. Still have to do thumbnails for my sale on Wednesday, I think I'm selling earrings this week. Hey, Unique, how you doing? How's it going? Glad you're here. Yeah, we're just hanging out being bums today. I'm just feeling weird and just rambling. So, got different people here from different sections of my life, shall we say, so say hi to everybody. They're all friendly. But yeah, anybody interested in earrings? I got a lot of earrings. That's what I'm going to be doing this week. I got this basket I'm going to start here with, sorting, and I don't know. I got some more buckets to dig through and find more. And pretty soon I'm going to start taking custom orders because I want to get back to making my jewelry and not just selling other people's stuff. I got to get this stuff out of my house so I have room to work, So... yeah, anybody interested in turquoise? We live right near the turquoise mine. I can get you some. My son Adam got me that chunk. Yeah, Melanie's a friend of mine from, Mel, how long have I been knowing you? 3-4 years? Melanie, I'm sorry. Please call her Melanie. I have a friend on YouTube that goes by Mel, so I'm misspeaking. Sorry. But yeah, we just hanging out. Melanie's up in Maine. You guys can all tell each other where you're from. I'm ratting Melanie out. Yeah, long time. Yeah. It's been a while. I found you, some near Christmas. That's when I started hanging there for a while. It's just funny. We have an awful lot in common for never having met each other. She moved to Maine. And when you move to Maine, you're always considered a flatlander. You are never a maniac. It doesn't matter how long you live there. you're just an outsider. It doesn't matter if you have kids and you married the most popular man in town. You're a flatlander, and you will always be a flatlander. Maine people are weird that way. It just doesn't matter. I had a friend. He was 6 months old when he moved to Maine. I mean, he didn't even know there was another place other than Maine. And in his obituary, they said, we thought of him as one of our own, even though he was 6 months old when he moved here. I mean, they literally put that in the paper in his obituary. So, I don't know. It's a Maine thing. And if you've never lived there, you don't get it. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll ever see Maine again because I really am just never flying again. Oh, honey, I know. I know. I know. I was 10 when I moved there. I married Doug. Doug was a popular dude in town. His mother was the very first employee of the College of the Atlantic, which is a college on Mount Desert Island in Bar Harbor. And good for you. That's funny. And there is actually a wing of the college named after Doug's mom. It's called Peach House. Doug's father was a cop. I mean, he was a pretty well-known dude, and he married me, this chick from Connecticut that lived in Town Hill in a trailer on a dirt road. Oh, boy. I was worse than a flatlander. I was one of those. So, yeah, when we get teleporters, I'm going everywhere. But until then, I'm not doing it, man. Take my DNA all apart and shove me just like Star Trek. Do it, because that's got to be safer than getting on a plane these days. And, the creepy people that touch you and looking at you with their x-rays, and then who knows who you're sitting next to and the stuff you breathe. Oh, not doing it. Not doing it. I'll drive. It'll take me a while. I'm good with it. I like road trips. And I am not doing the flying thing anymore. It doesn't matter if you stand out or not. They just won't like you. Period. You could be Susie Housemaker making brownies for the neighborhood. They still wouldn't like you, and they'd tell you why your recipe sucks. And they'll tell you right to your face. Or, they'll say it loudly when they think you're in the bathroom. I totally get it, Melanie. I do. All right, hi and hugs to everybody. Give the pups a kiss for me and scratches for the horses. Talk to you soon. Come on back sometime. Nice to have you here. Oh, too funny. Yeah, Melanie's a cougar. She married a younger man, and he's a hot man, all up in the firehouse there. So, he's keeping himself. He's not like the fat old fire chief that couldn't run after somebody. No. So, they're doing all right. They got their pretty house paid off. You just enjoy it. You get yourself out there in the sun this summer, girlfriend, and enjoy it. You need to get offline a little bit. But yeah, everybody's working towards their dreams. I do think that's the whole point of this age of Aquarius. Keep telling people, you keep fighting it and you're going to be miserable. And I think that's why a lot of people are sick, because they're really, really fighting change, and you stress your body out, it gets sick. That's how it works. That and believing it. If you believe you're sick, you're going to be sick. If you don't believe you're sick, you're not going to be sick. You got to own it, folks. Yeah. There you go. Doug's been doing push-ups, but mostly it's for his bad shoulder. But I'll say Doug's held up pretty well himself. He's still, tall and thin, so I'm good with that, We've all gone up a couple inches here and there, but had to feed the kiddos. Oh, are they there already? Oh, yeah, I guess it's Friday. See, I don't know what day it is. I'm still confused. I'll catch on eventually. You know, when the kids were in school, I knew what day of the week it was. I knew when the holidays were. I knew all that stuff because they were always sending home notices and the kids were always telling me about it. Now it's like, I don't know. And I don't even like watch regular TV shows. So it's not like, what was it? Can't miss Thursdays or gotta watch Fridays or, you know, whatever they used to throw out there. You know, I don't even know anymore. All I know is like when Ella's on, when Johnny's on. My YouTube auctions, I know when they're on. And they're on almost every day, so I don't really have to know what day of the week it is. It's getting bad, folks. Somebody really needs to start babysitting me soon, I think. And I'm not even 60. Come on. You know, I wish I had one of you people as my neighbors because, you know, we would have so much fun just goofing around and thinking it's Wednesday when it's really Sunday. And, you know, I need a crazy somebody to hang out with. Play with my jewelry, play with the parrots and the horses. Come on, it could be fun. I got a rental available. Who wants to move in? It's bigger than my house. And it's fully fenced. My house isn't fully fenced. Doug actually wanted to move in there when we bought it instead of staying here. I'm like, no, I just finished we just had a guy in taking out walls and stuff. And I'm like, no, I just finally got my house the way I want it. You want me to move to another one? No. We're renting that one. Well, I hope you have fun this weekend, Patricia, with the family. You got everybody there or just some of them? You got little ones. See, you're going to have fun Easter because you got little ones around. You know. Yeah, I got to remember I should do that when I get offline. Go take the ham out of the freezer so it'll actually be ready to cook by Sunday. Oops. Because, you know, I'll think, oh, Sunday morning. Oh, yeah. It's a nice little spiral cut one, though. And it's just little, I don't know, maybe 8 pounds at most. So, you know, that'll give me dinners and ham sandwiches. And hopefully I can run the oven. All we need is another foggy day in the next week, which probably we can manage. And I'll make up some scalloped potatoes and ham. I like ham. I know a lot of people don't like ham, but I do like ham. But yeah, that's my big weekend plans. You know, make a ham, organize for my Wednesday sale of earrings, invoice everybody, ship out everybody's packages, and I don't know. That's about it. Just from Arkansas. Yeah, I didn't know who else was coming on in. I'm going to have Adam. He's not working Sunday, so he'll be here for dinner. That's it. Me, Doug, and Adam have nice dinner, hang out. You know, hopefully it'll be a nice day. Go outside and do something useful. I got to clean my fish pond again. I have to order that UV filter. I'm so tired of the green water. I think the fish might be breeding again. I caught them all hanging out in the plant this morning. So it's like, you know, guys, it's a 1,000-gallon pond. There's 48 of you already. I'm not buying another pond. So stop with the breeding. When we lived in Connecticut, they never bred. We moved them to the desert of Arizona, the cold water fish, and they're breeding like crazy. I moved here with 18. I am up to 48. You know, it's insane. Well, that's good, though. Yeah, I'd love to have my kids come. Ben's in Colorado, and his girlfriend just moved there to her own apartment, which I'm actually quite thrilled with. I'm not a big fan of this living together stuff. You know, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure that's still one of the rules. But yeah, so Ben's in Colorado, and they've spent a lot of money moving, so I don't think they'll be coming. Adam will be here, and Emma's in Boston, and she'll likely go to her boyfriend's parents' house. They've been together 10 years. They're not married, and, you know, they should be. My opinion, So they'll probably go to, his parents' house, probably his mom's. That's usually where they go for holidays, and they're in New York and Long Island. So she'll have fun there. But yeah, so nothing super exciting. It was really nice to see some new faces in here this morning. Interesting to see Melanie. Haven't seen her in a while. So, uh-oh, my thing is locked up on me. It doesn't want to do anything. I'm trying to, there we go. Trying to see how long I've been on. I've been on a while, so I should probably get going and do my things. This is Ellen procrastinating, not wanting to do what she's supposed to do, because it's much more fun to sit around chatting. But, so yeah, we'll be back Sunday. If we don't see you guys, you all have a fantastic Easter. Hope you get some good meals, if nothing else, But definitely, I hope everybody gets some kind of yummy chocolate, because in my opinion, that's the best reason to get up Easter morning is to have some yummy chocolate, because chocolate is life. But guys, I'll talk to you again soon. See you Sunday. If you want to come over on Wednesday and buy some earrings, I'm going to have those on Desert Rose Beads and Baubles. All my links are under this video and also under my community tab post. Don't tell me you can't find me. All right. It's been great talking with y'all. Hope you have a good day, and I'm sure I'll see at least some of you out and about in YouTube land later. As always, sending much peace, love, and harmony from Petrichor Ranch in Arizona. Get some sun and find a reason to smile. Big hugs. Bye.